Why have all these years of negotiations not worked? And how can Netanyahu be brought back to the negotiating table? It does raise the question, even with your negotiating skills, it didn't happen. Is Middle East peace impossible?
I don't think it's impossible. Keep in mind that the conflict in Northern Ireland went on for 800 years, and many thought peace there was impossible. In fact, a week before we got the peace agreement, a public opinion poll published in Northern Ireland reported that 83% of the people felt no agreement was possible. Only 7 thought it was possible, 10 had no opinion. I believe there will be peace between Israelis and Palestinians and a two-state solution because it's so much in the interests of both societies. I think ultimately they'll come around to recognizing. The political leaders now don't trust each other, so they're unwilling to take risks for peace because if they think it's going to fail, they don't want to subject themselves to domestic criticism for the concessions that they must make. Since both societies are divided on the subject, whoever takes a step for peace will be harshly criticized by the opposition within his or her society. But I think ultimately they'll recognize it. I encourage everyone to read a speech by President George W. Bush given on January 9th, 2011, days before he left office. He was in Jerusalem. He made a very powerful speech setting forth American policy and explaining why it is in the interests of both Israelis and Palestinians to reach an agreement. Israel has a state. They don't have security for their people, a lot of fear and anxiety. The Palestinians don't have a state, they want one. And President Bush pointed out that the only way the Palestinians are going to get a state if the Israelis have reasonable security, and the only way they're going to get that security is if the Palestinians have a state, so they're each vested in the other's success. And I think that will come to be realized in time, and I hope soon.